Sunnahfollowers, protectors of the Sunnah. Sunnahfollowers, protectors of the Sunnah.
Okay, is everybody ready? Everybody's here? Okay, is everybody ready?
Okay. In alhamdulillah, wassalat, wassalamallah, wa rasulullah. Welcome to another session of Sunnahfollowers Tawheed class. And for this class, we are learning the meaning of Allah's names and the meaning of Allah's names and how to apply them to ourselves. Now, as I've been stating, I don't know any other daya here in the West that is teaching this class the way I am. And you cannot copy or duplicate what I'm doing here, because this, in order to teach the names and attributes of Allah the correct way, so that the Muslim can understand not only the meaning of Allah's names, but how to apply them to themselves, it entails hands-on interaction with your students. Hands-on interaction with your students. What does that mean? That means we do just like we're doing here. You come up with the meaning and the application yourself. So you can't go to a website on Mr. Google and Google the meaning of some name and then post it up thinking that this is what Layla taught. No, because it's not true. In order to teach the true meaning and application of Allah's names and attributes, it requires interactive sessions between the teacher and the students. So please, guys, do not insult me, nor insult any of the students here or yourselves by, after my class ends, going to Mr. Google, to some other website that's managed and run by a Christian or a Jew, even if they're in Muslim clothing, you know, and think you can take one of what they wrote and post it up to summarize what I'm teaching, because they're not teaching like I'm teaching, and what you post from them is nothing like what we're doing live here. So I just want to share that with everyone here, because that's what happened yesterday. Somebody posted up from some Google Zionist website what they said Allah's name Al-Qahhar meant, and it was not what we went over here in class, and it did not. That was very, very disrespectful. It's like, I'm not teaching you right, and it's like all the efforts, it took 2 hours to come up with that meaning and understanding, that it was for nothing. Don't do that. Please, if you're going to post something from my website, post what I teach and what I do and what the students do here, not some Zionist stuff. And most of those websites about Islam, for those of you who don't know, y'all don't know they're owned by Jews and Christians. Hello, goodbye. Please don't do that. Don't insult me that way or my students. And so with that said, today, what I did last night was I gave y'all the homework assignment. I gave you the name that we're going to be using today. I gave it to you last night so you guys could work on it, because I think that, you know, that makes it a lot easier and saves a little bit more time. The name for today, let me put the name for today up on the screen. Let's pray that it works. Because remember yesterday when I tried to it had it like I didn't save it when you guys witnessed me doing it. Let's see if it does that today. Because I think Allah is the one that, you know, he wants me to teach a certain way. And when he, let's see if he did it again today. Okay, no, today he let me do it this way. Okay, Alhamdulillah. This is the name for today. This is the name for today. And I want you guys to read it in the Arabic. For those of you who participated in the Arabic class with my brother Isa, one of the things that he emphasized to all of us is the fact that we have to be so careful how we pronounce the names and the words of the Quran, because if you over elongate, if you make a short vowel long, you change the meaning of the word. Because Arabic is not like English. You can have 300 different ways to say something. There's 300 ways to say lion in Arabic. Okay. So this is why the Quran, even though it's easy to memorize how to sing, the meaning is so intense and hard that even Arabic speaking people don't understand the Quran, because if it's all in how you read it and how you pronounce it. So that's why when it comes to Allah's names, I'm always putting how to pronounce them in Arabic the correct way. Al-Qahhar, that's a double. Al-Qahhar, 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 Al-Qahhar. Qah is heavy. It's not ka. It's not Al-Qahhar. This is a heavy ha. The ha is heavy too. This is not the ha. This is a ha, a heavy vowel. Al-Qahhar, Al-Qahhar. It's in the throat, and I have a hard time pronouncing that ha too, as my brother told me today. But it's hard for us to do to speak English. Al-Qahhar, Al-Qahhar, Al-Qahhar. Okay, not Al-Qahhar. Different name, different meaning, different word. So what does Al-Qahhar mean in English? How would we translate it into English? We would translate it in English to mean the subduer, or the ever dominating. The subduer, or the ever dominating. Now, to understand what this means, you're going to look up the meaning of the word subduer. And you're going to look up the meaning of the word dominating. And then when you look up those meanings, that's when you combine them into the meaning of how Allah is Al-Qahhar, Al-Qahhar. And so who can tell us what they've come up with? What is the meaning of subduer? Go to dictionary.com, type the word subduer, and tell me, what does it mean? Anyone?
All right. Nobody's saying nothing. Subduer means, something like them.
Alaikum salam.
Someone who overcomes and establishes ascendance and control by force or persuasion.
Someone who overcomes and establishes. What did you say? Establishes what?
Establishes ascendance and control by force or persuasion.
Okay, good job. Look at this. Subduer is a person who overcomes and establishes control by either using force or persuasion. Okay, and what is the meaning of dominating?
To dominate means to be in control or have power to defeat.
The one who is always in control and has the power to defeat. Now, just yesterday after class, one of the students here asked me about magic. We get these questions about magic all the time. Dear Sister Layla, what if you think somebody did magic on you? Well, first of all, why do you think somebody did magic on you? Don't you know that Allah is Al-Qahhar? Allah is Al-Qahhar. Only He has the power to control. Only He has the power to defeat. Nothing can harm you. Nothing can benefit you unless Allah allows it. And that's why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told the companions, don't worry about magic. It's the nature of the human being to be so pessimistic. We're quick to blame others for whatever happens to us. We're quick to put the blame or the power of Allah on someone other than ourselves. He said, if you're so concerned about somebody doing magic to you, every day when you wake up, recite Qul Huwallahu Ahad, Qul A'udhu bi Rabbil Falaq, and Qul A'udhu bi Rabbin Nas. If you recite those 3 surahs of the Quran every day, then they will serve as a protection for you against magic, the evil eye, or any of that. And again, one of the reasons why those 75,000 people, only 75,000 people will enter paradise without being held to account, one of their qualities was that they did not go around thinking anything bad happened to them was magic. Oh, he did magic. They knew that only Allah has that power and authority. And they understand that as long as we're living our lives, obeying Allah and doing what we're supposed to do, Allah is not going to give that power to anyone to harm you. And that was my answer. And that's my answer today. You know, Muslims today, we need to think about the names of Allah and stop giving the names of Allah to other humans. Stop being so quick to blame others for whatever happens to you. If you sick, you sick because Allah made you sick. And the Prophet told us what to do. When you think you sick, go see a doctor. Either the doctor has a remedy for you or not. If there is no remedy, then bear your sickness with patience and call upon Allah for help and ease. He did not say, sit around thinking somebody did magic on you, because this invalidates your belief in Allah anyway. Whenever we give the power of Allah to something other than He, that's shirk. And too many of us suffer with shirk. Okay? So when we look at this word, Al-Qahhar, Al-Qahhar, Allah is the one who overcomes and establishes control. He can cause it to overcome, or he can establish it by using his force or persuasion. We have to understand that Allah is the one who is always in control of everything. What's going on right now in Gaza, in the Middle East, that has nothing to do with America. That has nothing to do with Israel. It's happening because Allah chose for it to happen. That's Allah's way of testing the faith of those people there, because those people are so strong in their belief system that He has no other choice but to test them with their lives. He has no other choice but to test them with their property, because He done tested them with everything else and they passed it. Hello. The greatest test of all is the test of your life. So stop giving that power. Stop giving the power of control to America or Israel, and understand it's Allah who controls everything that's happened over there. And He's the only one that has the power to defeat. Allah brought about a ceasefire. They have a ceasefire now. But this doesn't end it, because Allah says what's going over there in that part of the world is going to continue to happen until Jesus comes. And there's nothing you can do to change it or stop it or rush it, because he's in control. He's the only one that has the power to stop or defeat. And he already told us he's not going to stop or defeat anything until Jesus gets here. This is something that Allah left for Jesus to carry out. Okay, Jesus was taken away. Allah took him up to himself. But he let us be known Jesus will come back, but not as a prophet, but as a ruler, a leader. And Allah left that situation over there in that part of the world for Jesus to handle. So you and I, we have to accept the qadr of Allah. We have to accept the fact that he is the one in control. He is the one in power, and he's the only one that can cause anything to stop over there. Everybody understand? Does everybody get it? Okay, so now that we understand the meaning of to be one who subdues and one who is forever dominating, give me examples as to how Allah shows that he is the one who overcomes and establishes control, that he is the only one that's always in control and has the power to defeat. Give me some examples. Who can start us off?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
When Allah tests us with hardships and trials,
Okay. Allah sends hardships and trials, and he also removes them or causes them to disappear. Okay, that's one great example as to how Allah is Al-Qahhar. Anyone else?
Yes.
And
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, wa alaikum salam.
Can it be the example of the flood? The flood with Noah?
Hardships and trials. Does that fall in that category?
Oh, yeah, it does.
Okay. Something that doesn't fall in the category already mentioned.
Okay, Layla, this is what I have. I have, by the way he separates the seas, the barrier between them shows his power.
The seed. What?
Seas, S-E-A-S, seas. You know, the sea,
Oh,
the
okay.
division.
Allah, that's great. Allah separates the seas and causes a barrier to exist between them. Fresh water, as an example, and salt water. Good job, Fresno. That's thinking outside the box. I'm proud of you. Anyone else? Let's see. Laylee. Okay, Sister Laylee, all your answers are always dealing with creation. We're not talking about how Allah is Al-Khaliq. We already did Khaliq a few days ago. Give me an example as to how Allah is the one who overcomes and establishes control. How Allah is the one who is always in control, and how only he has the power to defeat. This has nothing to do with you humbling yourself before Allah. What does you humbling yourself before Allah have to do with Allah overcoming and establishing control? Your answer has nothing to do with this, Sister Laylee, at all. I'm really disappointed. You got to do better, Laylee. Let's see who else. Let me look on Facebook. Allah
Oh.
controls the whole world in the way he wants it to be. He shows he's dominating through his plan. What is, let me look at Sarah. She's trying to say,
Your mama's right there.
Allah
honey.
shows that he is the one. Dominate means the one who is always in control and has the power to defeat. Subdue means the one who overcomes and establishes control, Sarah. Sarah said he controls the whole world the way he wants it to be. That's decree. Now you're talking about Allah's qadr. Something different, like Sarah. Give me something different. Zarina, an example as to how Allah is the one who overcomes and establishes control, and how he is the one who is always in that control. She said an example is that Allah is during some of the battles during the Prophet Muhammad, the believers' army was smaller. And Allah sent angels to subdue the enemies, okay? So how can you make that be for us today, Sister Zarina? How can you take that example and apply it to us today? That's a good example, but make it relate to us today, Zarina. Okay, submissiveness is not this. We're not talking about submissiveness, Layli. We're talking about Allah. Allah doesn't submit to anyone. And I'm not asking how do we submit to Allah. That's not what we're asking. I want you to give me, how does Allah show us that he is the one who overcomes and establishes control? Okay, wa alaikum salam. Whoever it is, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was thinking like how he showed us he brought victory to the Muslims during the Prophet's battles, even though they were outnumbered.
Okay, you gave the same answer that Zarina gave, but how does that relate to today?
Oh, never mind.
Take that and put it to today. Allah, how would you word that to show how Allah is the one who overcomes and establishes control? And he maintains that control. No one can take it away from him.
Can I give
he
my
has
answer?
the power to defeat.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Markatullah.
How he brings our hearts in submission to him, or how he sends them astray.
Okay, good job. Who was that?
Brother Tarek.
MashaAllah. Tarek, you need to start getting your behind on that mic more. I didn't even know who you were. MashaAllah. Look at Brother Tarek's answer. How does Allah show that he is the one who establishes control? He can do it by force or persuasion. And he is always in control and can defeat. Okay, say it again, Tarek, because the sisters on Facebook ain't here. Did you hear? Pay attention. Say it again. I'm going to type after you.
How Allah brings our hearts in submission to him, or how he leads them astray.
Allah brings the heart either into submission of him, or he leaves the heart astray. You can't cause a person to believe in Allah. You can't cause a person to become Muslim. Only Allah has that power. He is the one that controls the heart. Allah is the controller of the heart. And he can take a person's heart either by force or persuasion. He took many of your hearts by persuasion. Some of our hearts he took by force. Good example. He took mine by force. When I was a kid, it was forced upon me to do what I'm doing today. Many of you converted to Islam because you found your way here through the persuasion. that Allah surrounds us with, his persuasion. So Allah is the one who is always in control. He establishes that control. So he brings the heart either into submission or he leaves the heart astray. Everybody see that? That is how he is in control. He controls the hearts. He controls, let's make it real simple, the heart. He controls the heart. Good job, Brother Tarek. Let's see what we got on Facebook. Laylee said he's the one that can bring, no. Now you're talking about death. We're not talking about how Allah is the taker of life. Death, this has nothing to do with death. This is about control, not death. Again, the key word to this name is control. Your answer should be something showing how Allah is the one in control. As Brother Tarek illustrated, he's in control of the heart. As Sister Amina Fresno illustrated, he's in control of the land and the sea. Okay? He is in control of the land and the sea. That's what she is showing.
He's
The other
control of our
answer,
health.
Allah is in control of hardships and trials. He is in control of both the good and the bad that happens. See? You see, Sister Laylee, your answers have to relate to control. That's Allah's name, not life and death. Everybody got it? Sister Fatima, does that fall under the category of hardships and trials? Does that fall under the category of good and bad? Anyone else? Go ahead, whoever that was.
I was going to say he's in control of our health. Like he can cause us to become ill and he's the one who sends us cure.
That's good and bad. Hardships. Any answers relating to hardships? We already got it. Any answers relating to trials and hardships is already there. That's what good and bad means. All y'all need is one more. Who can come up with another one that y'all haven't already mentioned?
He's in control of the night and day.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Why y'all couldn't think of it? I can think of so much. Allah brings. This is so easy. Y'all are overthinking this. Just look around you. Look out the window. Allah brings the night and day. He is in control of both darkness and light. Subhanallah. Easy. Okay.
Does that fall? Does
go ahead.
time?
Wait a minute, let me
Time
highlight.
fall under that?
Well, let me highlight this. I want y'all to see that. Okay, does what fall into that, sweetie?
Time, like he's in control of time.
I was going to say that too. That's an answer I would have given too. It's time. That's another answer. Allah is in control of time. That's the answer that would have been my first answer. Let me get this thing off. Allah controls the time. The passage of time. Good job. That was my first answer. Good job.
The traveler, he's in control of the traveler.
No. Because Allah don't control you and me. We make our own decisions. He doesn't make the choices for us. Any choices we make in life, and that's something I want y'all to understand, because a lot of Muslims don't understand that part of Aqidah. Allah does not make our choices for us. He knows what our choices will be, but he gives us free will to make our own choices. He just knows what it's going to be. Go ahead, brother. Alaikum salam, brother Shahid.
I was gonna say he's in control of nature.
Yes, that was another answer I was going to give. You know, he's in control of the land and the sea, but we can also say that for nature. We can put that with a Fresno's answer. That was going to be my second answer. Yes. But Fresno basically covered that. Yeah. Okay, so mashallah, you guys got good answers here. We only wanted 4. You guys got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 good answers. Okay, so Allah, he is Al-Qahhar. Al-Qahhar. He is the subduer, the ever dominating. He is the one who overcomes and establishes control, either by force or persuasion. He is the one who maintains that control, and he has the power to defeat. So nothing will happen, good or bad, unless he allows it, as y'all gave in y'all answer. He's in control of the land, the sea, and nature, the climates, the weather. He is the one that controls our hearts to either be guided to the truth or not. He is the one who controls both the night and the day, darkness and light. He also controls the passage of time. Mashallah, these are wonderful, wonderful answers. So that was the hard part. Let me move this up too. Wait, let me move this one up. Okay, that was the hard part, and you guys did such a great job. Now, that was the easy part, and you did such a great job. Let's get to the harder part. The harder part is how to take those five examples that you all came up with. You didn't get it off of Google, off of some Zionist website. You guys came up with these 5 things yourself. How can you take these 5 examples and incorporate them as attributes for ourselves? Let's start with the first one. How can you take the fact that Allah is in control of the good and the bad that happens? How can you take that and make it an attribute for yourself? You can't control the good and the bad things that happen, but how can you take this and make it an attribute for yourself? Okay, Fatima, good job. Let me start it off with Fatima Qayyum. Wait a minute, hold on. She said, we realize that whatever, good job, Fatima, whatever happens in this life, be it good or bad, happened because Allah willed it to. He is in control. So all we can do is trust in the fact that Allah never places a burden on us too great to bear. Y'all see how I'm coming up with this based on that answer? He never places a burden on us too great to bear. So we endure our hardships and good times, our hardships and good times with patience. Good job. Good job, Sister Fatima Qayyum. Y'all see that? And this is a message that is being repeated in many of Allah's names. We came about this in almost every name that we went over so far. They all included accepting Allah's decree. That's the message Allah is trying to convey to us. We cannot stop the good or the bad from happening, but we have to trust that Allah would never subject us to something that we can't handle. So we handle it with patience and dignity. Good job. Let's see what else we got. Norto. Wait a minute. Norto said we can also give good things to each other. Okay, what does that go with? Which one of these 5 examples does giving gifts go with, Norto? Sister Laylee said also, nothing will happen to us. Good job, Laylee. Nothing will happen to us unless Allah allows it to. Good job, Laylee. So we do not live our lives worrying as to what may happen tomorrow. Instead, we make the most and best of each day. And we talked about this in another name. Good job on that one, Laylee. Finally. Zarina, no matter how weak we may feel or small in numbers, Allah can guide or subdue at any moment if he chooses. Exactly, Zarina. No matter how weak or small we may be in numbers, the power of victory, good job, Zarina, or defeat lies with Allah. Good job, Zarina. You got it now. You got this part down. Good job, Zarina. Elma, to have self-control through the hardships. Exactly, we got that. Good job. So now what about, so y'all handled that first one. The fact that Allah is in control of both the good and the bad, and how he is in control of the land and the sea. Y'all covered that, those two, with this answer here. What about how Allah controls the heart? You touched on that too. And how Allah is in control of the night and the day and the passage of time. What do y'all got for that? Good job.
Well, we should take advantage of the time, night and day, to make sure we worship Allah as he's ordered us to. And
remember,
the best use of our time.
remember, the name is control.
Okay.
Control and power to defeat. This ain't about worship. The other answers, the power of victory or defeat lies with Allah, so we make the most and best. See how these answers relating to power and defeat? I mean, power and control, not relating to no worship. This ain't about making no salat. Hello. There's more to life than just praying, guys. Let's see what we got on Facebook. Is coming up with the answers today. Omi Gibero said, I cannot guide myself nor my kids unless Allah allows it. Okay, exactly. Omi Barrow, good job. Let me put that in there. Allah is the one who controls the heart. And I accept this, knowing that should my children grow up and choose a way other than that of Islam, to not blame myself because I did what I was supposed to do as a parent in raising him upon the truth. Y'all see that? And this is a problem that many Muslim parents are having a hard time with today. They raise their children to be Muslim, but the children grow up and take a different lifestyle. And the parents end up blaming themselves. Look how many of you sisters came into my Zoom room in the beginning, blaming yourself because your children are not practicing Islam. It's not your fault. You did your job. You raised your kid. Whatever, when they reach adulthood, whatever lifestyle they choose is on them, not you. Allah is the one in control of the heart. He's the one that brings you out of light or keeps you in the darkness. Good job, Umi Barrel. Aisha, this is not about sympathy. This is about control. Y'all remember the song of Janet Jackson's Control? We're talking about control, Aisha. We're not talking about sympathy, feeling sorry for people. We're talking about control. I'm in control. How can you incorporate being in control of yourself? This is about control, not sympathy, not worship. Control. Okay. Norto, control. Go listen to Janet Jackson. Control. Don't listen to her song, but read the words of that song. And that song she put out about control. She's talking about how she's controlling her destiny, her life. She's not leaving the control of her life to her mother, to her father. I'm in control. This is about control, not this other stuff, y'all, about being clean. What does that got to do with anything? Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
What about I can train my heart to submit to anything Allah says?
Okay, let me put this a little shorter. Since Allah is in control of the heart, the fact that he guided me to Islam, Norto, the fact that he guided me to Islam, I can work to keep my heart clean. You see, Norto? And free of those things that can destroy it. It's about control. You got to have control in there, Norto. Your answer was good, but just reword it. And that covers what Sarah put too, and Yasmin.
So I would say we should make our...
What about the time? The passage of time, guys.
Can I try that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say I can take control of my life by managing my time wisely, like engaging in activities that are pleasing to Allah and that will benefit me in the hereafter.
Excellent. I was giving y'all clues. We can also take better control of our lives by, go on, say it again, because I'm typing it. Repeat it.
I said by managing my time wisely on this earth by, you know, doing actions that are pleasing to Allah and that will benefit me in the hereafter.
A benefit. Good job. Okay, she said we can also take better control of our lives by managing our time wisely to that which will be of benefit to us in the hereafter. Good job, Norto. Good job, Omi Barrel. Same thing. Okay, anyone else? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to add to the time and say that a lot of us put off doing good deeds and things, thinking we've got time and we can do it another time. But as each moment passes by, we don't realize that we are closer to death and the hereafter.
Good job. We will work to not put off the doing of good deeds, knowing that doing so can be to our detriment. Good job. Wait, let me move this up some more. Okay, let's look at what y'all came up with so far. Okay, let me make this is so hard for me with this thing. Wait a minute, let me do this. Let me make this part smaller. And y'all know I'm gonna put it on a better PowerPoint when after the class, I'll remake it prettier and all that. Okay, Allah is Al-Qahhar. He is the subduer, the ever dominating. He is the one who overcomes and establishes control, either by force or persuasion. And he is always in control, and only he has the power to defeat. He shows us this by controlling both the good and the bad that happens here on earth. Also, he shows us this by controlling the land, the sea, and our environment. He is also the one who controls our hearts to the point where either he can bring us into submission of him or leave us astray. He also is control of the night and day and the passage of time. Now, how can we incorporate those beautiful characteristics of Allah and this name into ourselves? Well, we can realize that whatever happens in this life, be it good or bad, happens because Allah willed it to. He is in control. So all we can do is trust in the fact that he never places a burden on us that's too great to bear. So we endure our hardships and we endure our good times with patience, knowing that nothing will happen to us unless Allah allows it. So we do not live our lives worrying as to what may happen tomorrow. Instead, we make the most and best of each day, no matter how weak or small we may be in numbers. The power of victory or defeat lies with him. Allah, he is the one who controls the heart. So we accept this, knowing that should our children grow up and choose a way other than that of Islam, to not blame ourselves because we did what we were supposed to do as parents in raising them upon the truth. Since Allah is in control of the heart, the fact that he guided me to Islam, I can work to keep my heart clean and free of those things that can destroy it. We can also take better care of our lives by managing our time by managing our time wisely to that which will be of benefit to us in the hereafter. And we will work to not put off the doing of good deeds because we know that doing so can be to our detriment. MashaAllah. You guys came up with all that from this name, Al-Qahhar. And you can't get this off no Islam Zionist owned website. Any comments on this name? What do y'all think about the meaning? How you should take control of yourselves? Go ahead, brother.
I was about the conversation yesterday, about talking like wisely, using your time wisely, and seeing where your heart is at. About the conversation we had from yesterday, what happened with my situation after Salah, like that whole thing that happened. I should have known that Allah wanted to see where my heart was at after I did my Salah, and I went and did that foolish thing. But I should have brought my mind and my heart and my soul to a better understanding and use it wisely, which I didn't. I was just kind of confused at the moment.
But see, now you know.
Yes.
See, now you
Alhamdulillah.
understand things happen for a reason. This is a growth. You're growing in your faith, your understanding, learning just the 1 week that you've been coming here. This is how the prophet taught Islam. Islam is all about Tawheed, guys. After 1 week of coming here, brother, look how you have grown in your closeness to Allah, in your understanding of him and yourself. Because you're now you know what your triggers are. You know what you did wrong. You know how to correct yourself. You know how to not fall into that trap again. You recognize what your weakness was and what caused it and what not to do. That's all from learning Allah's names and applying those attributes to yourself. You know now to subdue yourself. That when you find yourself going through a moment of weakness due to whatever, to take control of yourself and understand that you do have power over yourself. You may not have power over anything else in this world, but you do have power, the power of controlling your own emotions, controlling your own thoughts, controlling your own actions. You learned that. And now you know what to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at what Elma's writing on Facebook. I'm still reading them Facebook. They still writing. What is this? Yeah, good job, Zarina. Elma, good job, Elma. Mashallah. Good job. This is what I'm saying, guys. The example how to incorporate this stuff into your life. Al-QAHHAR. And then yesterday we did Al-Ghaffar. Yesterday, all forgiving. Remember we talked about, let me put that on the screen so y'all can see. I'm trying to screen share. Yesterday, we spoke about how Allah is the one who forgives over and over again. And he shows us that he is forgiving over and over again by allowing good to happen, even though we commit sin, by allowing us to live, even though we sin, by giving us a second chance to repent, and by even allowing our good deeds to be a means of forgiveness. Well, look how we incorporated that. We can be more forgiving of others who deliberately transgress or harm us. We can also be more helpful to others, despite how sinful we may see them. We also have to work to forgive ourselves. We know that the people who don't believe in Allah outnumber us. So we remain strong upon our belief system and not transgress them unless they transgress us. And we will not hold grudges against others. We will learn to let go and move forward. We will work hard to do as much good that we can so that when we do mess up and make a mistake, the scale on the day of judgment will be heavier for us in our good deeds. And look at how that goes with today. We will also realize that whatever happens in this life, be it good or bad, happened because Allah willed it to. He is in control. So all we can do is trust in the fact that he will never place a burden on us too great to bear. For your case, brother Shahid, a learning experience. Allah put you in that situation to test your faith. He put you in there. He wanted you to see where your weakness lied. He wanted you to see what you did wrong. So now that's part of evolvement. So you can now evolve into a stronger, greater person. You repented already.
Alhamdulillah.
So we endure our hardships with patience, which you did. Allah caused it to happen. You made the choice. He put you in that situation, but you made the choice, but he made that choice be a test for you, not a punishment, a test.
Yeah. He wanted to see where my heart was at.
Exactly. And he wanted, more importantly, for you to see where it is.
Yes.
So you can see what you needed to work on. And now you know.
Yes.
Remember, Allah, he's the one who controls the heart. Allah, he's the one that gives us victory over the heart. Since you got the message, you got what Allah was trying to show to you. A lot of people ask me, Sister Layla, how do you know that when something bad happens, how can you tell if it's a test or a punishment? You know. Only you can determine if your hardship is a test or a punishment. For you, Brother Shaheed, it was a test. It wasn't a punishment. It was Allah's way of testing you so you can grow and become even better like you are today. You've grown from yesterday. So again, you know, Allah works in mysterious ways, guys. Yeah, Sister Laylee, you kind of made me angry yesterday when you shared somebody else's crap. And that's what it was, crap. When you shared some crap from some Jewish-owned website that was not what I taught y'all about what Al-Qahhar means. That was not what you guys came up with. Don't ever share no Zen websites crap over what I'm teaching. My teachings are sincere. They came from y'all's heart, your experiences. Do not substitute the reality and the truth with falsehood from a Zen. Or even worse, a Christian in disguise. Hello. No, you posted up what that other sister put up. That was not from me. Yeah. Everybody understand? You guys worked hard, and I'm so proud of y'all. Look at how Brother Shaheed grew from yesterday to today. Now he understands. Remember, you was asking me yesterday, Brother Shaheed, why did people do the things? Remember, you kept saying, I just don't understand, Sister Layla. I love Allah. My faith is there. I love my deen. I love my deen. But why did I do it? Now you see why. Allah wanted you to do it for a reason, to grow, to learn. And you did. And you probably won't do it again because you learned from that. Yeah. Okay, any questions, guys, about this name? Okay, before we close out, well, let me do Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka.